I'll be honest with you, dance kind of saved my life in a sense. Before I started dancing salsa, I was a drug dealer. The dance floor has always been there for me.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of salsa? Is it parties, dancing, the dip? None of us have ever salsa before, and it was on our bucket list to take some lessons and try it out. We met up with a good friend, Daniela, who has absolutely fallen in love with the art form and was willing to take us for the very first time.
You have never salsa'd before. You've never salsa'd before.
I've eaten salsa.
I have never salsa'd before. You've never salsa danced?
No, never.
Today we have with us a professional.
So how long have you been dancing?
5-6 years now.
5-6 years?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's professional. Right?
That's professional.
So my cousin was like a dancer, and so she always taught us like family parties and stuff. And then so when I graduated high school is when I actually went out dancing for the first time. I was dancing at the very least like 3 times a week.
Wow.
And then at one point it was like 6 days a week for at least 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours every night. Salsa is like forward and backwards. It's as basic as I can get, like your steps, everything is partner dance. And then bachata side to side, it's usually more intimate, but it's super fun. That's the one I first fell in love with.
You're taking us to a class tonight, so it goes till like 2 a.m. Which one of you wants to show her your moves first?
No. Oh my gosh, you don't want to. You have to wait till we get there. Yeah, I don't know anything. Right now.
We got 2 hours to prepare.
This is gonna be good.
Mentally and both physically. I'm a little nervous.
Dude, I am
Don't be nervous.
I've just never danced with like a partner before.
Mike has never felt the touch of a woman.
Alright, whatever. You ever have like grandmas or something there?
Yeah.
I kind of want to dance with a grandma. That'd be fun.
You'll get like older guys. I think they're just lonely.
Yeah.
they just want to.
The only dance I've ever...
What's hard is like loosening up enough and letting the person lead you.
How long would you say it would take to like get the hang of it?
It's honestly different for everyone.
You're really uncoordinated, so...
I am?
Yeah.
Really?
We're just gonna start Irish step dancing in the middle of the dance.
That was my Irish dubstep. What's it called? Irish what?
We're gonna need more than this class.
After 2 hours, we decided to get in the car and head to the venue. Both excited and nervous, we were ready to dance with complete strangers. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
I'm just gonna get lit. It's gonna be great. All right, wish us luck.
Ready to dance,
I'm ready to dance.
It's so small in here.
Show of hands, who's ever danced salsa before? 6, 7, 1. Let's go this way, in place, bring it back. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. She turns 5, 6, 6, 7. Very nice. Rotate. All right. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1.
After an hour-long lesson, they opened up the dance floor for us to practice the moves we had just learned.
I feel like bachata is so much easier than salsa. I don't know, the footwork's like easier to follow.
What's going on in here? We're dancing, baby!
Fuego en mi corazón.
We're so bad.
You're so bad.
What? Try it!
Arde en mi pecho en la mañana. Y yo solamente pienso en ti. Esta noche quiero que seas mía. No te niegues, me tienes aquí.
What the heck happened?
I learned how to bachata. I don't know who my sister is right now.
Who is this woman?
It's all in the teacher. I was just following the lead. I can't dance to save my life, dude.
Dude, who was that kid? You just like kept dancing with you.
Yeah, he was pretty good. He asked for my number.
I knew it! $10!
Wait, did you give it to him? Yeah, I gave it to him. Oh, wait,
You
wait,
did? You owe me $10.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Oh my god. That was interesting. Body rolling all up on. Oh.
I was not. It was clean.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I thought it looked great.
He put his hands on my hips and like showed me how to move.
Oh yeah, he
And
did.
then
Yeah. You were getting a lot of action.
Dude, I hit 12,000 steps today.
Nicole's like, I was getting a lot of action.
I was getting a workout.
I'm so proud.
Oh,
Me and
I'm so
Nicole.
happy you guys loved you. Yeah, you did good. Everyone kept asking you to dance.
I love
Yeah, why aren't you guys living up to her standards right now?
I danced with one girl. I didn't know what I was supposed to do.
After an awesome night of trying something completely new, we felt totally pushed out of our comfort zones. It was awesome to share a first-time experience with someone so in love with the art as Daniela. Later that week, we decided to take another beginner's class with the same teacher. We got to hear more of his moving story and what drove his passion for dancing.
So I started dancing in 2010, so it's been 10 years now. So I started dancing in salsa, and the funny thing is I didn't even want to do it. The girl I was dating at the time, she was Mexican. I'm Vietnamese. I'm Vietnamese teaching salsa and bachata, which is not the norm. And she basically was like, she asked me for 3 months. And in my mind, when I think of salsa, I thought of ballroom salsa, where the guys are very effeminate looking, they're very thin, they have these V-necks down to their belly buttons, and slick back hair, and I'm like, and they move like women. And I'm like, I'm not. I was a hip hop dancer and I was a cage fighter. That ain't me.
See the cage fight.
Yeah. Right? So I started, and it started with me and her and 2 of her girlfriends and 1 of their boyfriends. 6 months after taking classes in studios, we went out social dancing, and she broke up with me. She was dancing with all of her friends, and I didn't know anybody, so I'm just sitting there like a fool. And some random girl asked me to dance, and I danced with her, and she got crazily obsessively jealous. She comes up to me literally mid-dance, she goes, "You can have salsa." And this is before the days of Lyft or Uber, so she took a cab ride from La Jolla to Chula Vista. Because it all goes down to the music. No matter what you guys do, no matter what styles you guys dance, we are all slaves to the music. That's salsa, bachata, again, any genre of dance, yeah? Because I was a hip hop dancer, I actually enjoyed the art of it and then learned more about the culture. If you had asked me in 2008 what salsa was, my ignorance would have said anything with Spanish. Cumbia. Right? Yeah. It's not in my culture. I don't know this, right? Mexicans dance banda, cumbia. They don't really dance salsa. Salsa came from Cuba, but I always say that like Puerto Rico is like the Bruce Lee of salsa in the sense that they made it popular. It's blissful ignorance until you learn about it, and then I fell in love with culture, and it brought me to my woman now, who, you know, we're planning on getting married and having kids and the whole nine, you know? So there are success stories in that. There's a lot of negative connotations in the dance scene about it, but we're proof that it can work. 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. She turns 5, 6, hands 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I was just too intimidated by all the like pros like him. And then I saw him dancing. He was such a show off. I would never dance with that guy.
I'm notorious for that.
We actually decided to dance, and he's like, okay, well, I'm an instructor. I was like, here, let me give you my Facebook. And he slipped in the DMs, basically.
I'll be honest with you, dance kind of saved my life in a sense. Before I started dancing salsa, I was a drug dealer. I was in this bad way. I was living a dangerous lifestyle. I actually made a shirt, me and my brother did. The acronym was SIMS, Salsa is my savior. Because we both weren't religious, but we both found happiness in salsa. And like for me, the dance floor has always been there for me. Like when I'm angry, when I'm sad, even if I'm hungry, I just dance. It makes me hungrier, but like I forget that I'm hungry in the moment of the music. And it's just like, and the connections that I make with people. I grew up very angry, I'll be honest with you. And now I smile all the time just because like, I have the opportunity, and I never knew that I was artistic in this way. For me, my art was martial arts, like breaking someone's face, breaking someone's arm, breaking, you know, like hurting people. And that actually translates over to my dancing. If you see how I dance, sometimes it looks like martial arts, and it's because it is. Dancing has definitely brought me a level of happiness I've never had before. And then it also got me introduced to a good girl instead of the hood rats I was dealing with. Or rats, as you guys call them now. But hood rats, back in my day. Like when I dance, I like to imagine people who are watching me are deaf. The only way they can hear the music is through my movement. And the only reason I think like that is because one of my best friends is a deaf salsero. And he feels the music through the floor, the vibrations. And his timing is impeccable. You would never think it. And when people talk, they're talking into each other's ears, right? He'll back away from you so he can read your lips. And he can read your lips in Spanish or English. You can do Spanglish on him and he'll still be able to respond. Him and I were on the same team. After practice, we're at the gym and he's going this way. I'm like, Christian. I had no idea. I had known him for a year. I had no idea he was deaf. Well, thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoyed that. T.
And I'm Maria.
You can look up Bachata Chino for Instagram or Tien Salchatero, SALCHATEROLE. Awesome. Thank you so much. No problem, man. Thank you, brother.
At the beginning of this adventure, we didn't expect to experience such a welcoming and warm community of people. We went into the lessons thinking we would just learn some new moves, but ended up leaving with some incredible new friends.
Ole.
Ole. What did you think?
It was so much fun. I've never seen it in my whole life. I was just like, we were upstairs and you'd see Ashley like being swung and her, like their hands are just flying everywhere.
Dipping her down, her hair's like flying in the air.
I was living my best life. They're doing body rolls. The song ends 1 foot off the dance floor before someone's grabbing her hand and like pulling her back onto the dance floor.
I guess we can kind of knock that off the bucket list.
Ashley and I loved it so much we want to continue practicing so we can get like really good at it.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't really my thing.
Would you
but
practice with me?
I would practice with you. Not necessarily that all the guys are there trying to score a date, but they're there because they really respect the dancing. Thank you again, Daniela. It's amazing to see someone so passionate about it and like actually wanting to teach people and that sort of thing.
And she's just, you're so good. Like holy cow, so good.